Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi. Here in front of me I have a He-Man Masters of the Universe faker. And he's got a few problems that I'm hoping that I can address in this video. These are, well, one of the things is something I've fixed before, which is he's got very loose legs, and you can see he won't stand up. I've already covered replacing the elastic to fix that, but this guy also has a problem that the elastic, or it's not elastic, it's a spring inside his body is broken. You can hear if I rattle him, there's something broken inside him. So while I'm taking the legs off, I'm going to see if it's actually something that can be fixed, because I've got a few of these Masters of the Universe figures where the spring mechanism doesn't work, and I'm imagining that it's just a case of the spring is either broken off at the top where it's held on near the head, or in the pelvis where it's held down there. It's just a spring that goes, well, a short spring about an inch long that goes between the 2 points, and when you rotate the body the spring is sort of sprung a bit and then forces the arms back in position. So let's go ahead and I'm going to remove the legs and I'm going to remove the head, and we'll see if it's actually possible to fix this spring mechanism. So I've just initially removed his arm so that I can take the armour off without breaking any of the small tabs, because sometimes they do tend to break. So now let's see if we can get his head off. Normally the heads come off quite easily just with a gentle bit of twisting. You do have to be a little bit careful because you don't want to break the plastic. So I'm just going to gently do this. Okay, it's starting to come out now. And I'm guessing this is one that's got a peg in it because it's a little bit more awkward. There we go. Right, so now you can, well, you can't actually see much, so I think I'm going to have to remove this peg first, and then we'll see what's inside, and hopefully we can see where the spring is. So I've just removed the peg. I actually ended up breaking it. You can fairly easily break these pegs just by pushing a screwdriver onto the flat disc part of them. As you can see there, the actual spring mechanism is still attached on the top, so that tends to suggest that it's actually broken at the bottom. So once I take his legs off, I should be able to see where the broken section is down in his pelvis. But as you can see, it's still rattling. There's still something loose inside there, which I think will be a little bit of broken plastic. So let's take his legs off and see what we can find out. So I've now taken his legs off, and actually if you look inside this figure you can see it's a little bit rusty. The bit of spring is still attached to the pelvis at the bottom, and it's still attached at the pelvis at the top, so that tends to suggest to me that the spring itself has actually snapped. It may have rusted through and then broken, so I'm not actually going to be able to fix the spring on this one. Sometimes when I do these restorations it's just a little bit of guesswork when I start, and you know, as you work your way through it you realise that there are certain things that just cannot be repaired, and this is one of them. There's no way of easily opening up a He-Man Masters of the Universe figure chest without damaging it. So in this instance I'm not actually going to do anything. I'm going to leave the spring mechanism not working. I'm just going to reattach his legs and put the figure back together. So I'm not going to show you how I put the legs on because I've already covered that in a video. I'll just put a link up on the screen now for you to follow. So I'm just going to get this all back together and I will show you the final version so you can see what he looks like and how he will be on display here at toy-polloi. So now I've got Faker all back together. As you can see the waist still doesn't work, but there is no way to fix that. The head is back on. I found a spare peg in my toolbox, so I put that back inside, so the head is now nice and firmly on, and the legs have been repaired. Check out my videos on how to repair the legs and how to reattach Skeletor's heads and other sort of He-Man heads, because that should help you how to do that. The last thing I need to do before putting this back together is to replace the sticker that should go on the chest. Now I've had a look online, I couldn't find any that I liked. They're all quite bad quality scans of sort of original stickers, so I thought I'd recreate my own. So I found a good image, good enough to work from, and here is a complete recreation from scratch of Faker's sticker. So this will be available on my website for anyone who wants to download it. So all I've got to do is cut that out, which I have here, and we can now go ahead and apply that to his chest and then put his armour back on. So here we have the sticker, and it's never going to be a smartly placed sticker because of the shape of his chest, but I don't think the original was particularly. So let's just go ahead and place that sort of, well, roughly on his chest. I know it's supposed to be quite high up and hidden by the armour. Let's just apply it there, see how well we can get that to stick down. It doesn't look too bad, so go ahead and put the armour on. So here we have Faker all back together. As you can see, he stands quite nicely and his legs are still quite poseable. It's a shame that I wasn't able to fix the waist mechanism, but sometimes fixing things would involve breaking something far more than is necessary, and the fact that it doesn't rotate anymore is only a minor issue really. The rest of this figure is actually looking pretty nice, and as you can see there, just under his armour, the sticker is poking through. It's never something you actually saw that much of. So I put an awful lot of effort into making the sticker, but you can't actually see it. But that's sometimes the way with fixing things. So I hope that's been of interest to you, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter and Facebook.